would slot in very well for Ogwin. Another roamer that Apbr needs to consider taking out is actually the Gatot Kacha. Would slot in very well with the Falcons lineup, meaning that Ogwin might be left with having to play something along the lines of a Badang roam.
Oh, yeah, interesting though. If ever Coach Jeff foresees that Gatot Kacha ban here for Apbr. But moving forward, there was a wild thought at the back of my head. I was actually considering a Uranus jungle. Just so I just wanted for us to actually get a CZ or Lapu like that. But with the Hayabusa locked in, we're pretty sure that they want that early action here for Team Falcons.
Yeah. Okay, CC. So then it's going to be a glue pickup most likely for Apbr in the EXP lane. Unless Apbr wants to add a little bit more magic damage and go for something like Edith, but that's going to be quite rare. Glue makes so much sense right now for the lineup of Apbr. They could also potentially even go Hilda or Esmeralda.
Oh, yeah.
Considering it's Lord JM. Like,
yes.
That's more of like a unique thing to him.
It is.
I think that Hilda would work great, but it was Hilda and
Esmeralda.
That's
Esmeralda.
right. Just a little classic, eternal match between the Uranus.
But for me here for Team Falcons, they're not really that scared here. If ever Apbr gets that Hilda. But currently, for a fun fact, Xnova is still currently the ranked #1 as the player with the highest unique heroes used in the whole Philippine history. So, are they going to put that in use here? Because so far for Apbr, we're still not seeing. Maybe they're going to go for the Kalea XP, but so far it's still an XP or rather Roam Kalea.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty crazy people try even a Kalea jungle. In ranked games, but that's so rare and it's MPL that, you know what, I'm going to turn off that idea in my head right now. I've gotten a bit too excited at times with some crazy picks. So, yeah, for Ogwin, just pick up the Badang at this point with the Hylos taken away, the Baksha taken away, Arlot's also gone. But that's going to be your best option. Just save the Super Marco pick for last so you can adjust or go... Are they? Oh, wait. Oh, okay. They want to save the roam pick for last. Okay, Granger makes a lot of sense. You needed a bit more range so that you wouldn't be so too close ranged for the side of Falcons.
Yeah, and that's just the classic matchup in the gold lane. The Harith Granger. We've seen it so many times. I think statistically, doesn't Harith still have like the advantage in that matchup? I remember even a time back in some of the internationals, it was like we saw Harith Granger so much that it was like they had that specific stat too, like the matchup itself.
Yeah.
In the gold lane.
Harith does have a okay. I like the surprise. Just to add real quick to what the Knights said, 60% is the win rate of the Harith this season. Benedetta EXP, and then they go jungle Fredrin. Very stable for Apbr. I like what they showed up here, but going up against the Juicin, could be 50-50. It really depends on how well Lord JM handles the EXP. He has been Mr. 50-50 as the Benedetta in previous games this season. So let's see if he's a little bit sharper this time. For Super Marco, though, you could go safe and just play the Moskov, but I want to see them pick something quicker. Maybe go for the Bruno even.
Yeah, but they already have the Granger.
Yeah, excuse me. It's Roamer. Just go Badang. Just go Badang.
It's okay, yeah. You could go for Dang or even a Matilda, but with the Matilda, you're too squishy if ever. It's Apbr and you're up against a Fredrin, so you would want someone with additional sustainability just to try and hold your lane. And the Grok, it's going to be the final pick here for Team Falcons.
This is a chance for him to be the old, if he can channel the master in the Ogwin here.
Okay, this is going to be a... how do I say this? A redemption game for Ogwin. The last time I saw him in the Grok, I could not hold myself with my frustration. So hopefully this time it's a better Grok. Land more tectonic charges, and if he's going to be frontlining, make sure Few is close enough to supplement him and help him out if he gets caught out. Because the last time, his Ogwin just did not do it for Falcons.
His Ogwin.
His Grok. His Grok did not just do it for Falcons.
We do understand the frustration though. Even if you're part of Apbr, there's also that hint of revenge, just so they could finish this week strong, especially on the week number 3 of MPL. You're looking forward to somehow change the story, change the chapter here. And for us to open the chapter, let's head on over onto the Land of Dawn for match number 1, game number 1. Both looking to change their fate here for week 3, last day.
I'm excited to see how they're going to be starting off with the rotations, especially with a Benedetta. So they set the Grok wall. That actually going to delay the minion? Yes, it will.
Yeah, it does.
It will, yeah. And with the Mighty Swing, as well. So we could see, or we could definitely see some early pickups here for Team Falcons. But looking closer onto the lineup for AP Brand with the Benedetta for Lord JM, we've seen his performance, Renmar, and it's too early to say that he's going to be phenomenal yet, right?
Yeah. Hopefully we get the better side of the Mr. 50-50 for Lord JM's Benedetta. I mean, the last time we saw it, he was hitting those petrifies and combos, but there were times where his opponents were just ready for it because he became too predictable in his movements.
And so far, if you're too predictable, which means your whole rotation will be disrupted. Now for Team Falcons, there's a famous delay onto Ogwen's Grok.
Yeah, so he's going to go ahead and do that. You got Aqua was down there to get some of that extra XP, of course.
Yeah.
But nothing too crazy. I think this is one of those lineups, too, for both sides where you really have to wait for that first objective for either team to get that first blood.
And so far, Xnova and Ferds with their all-time MDL Philippine assists. Ranking third is Xnova, and while Ferds is ranked 6. That's 835 and 666 here for Ferds.
Oh.
He has to channel his inner demon here for game number 1.
Impressive stats. MDL Philippines setting their own records as well. So heavy bottom side rotation for AP Bren so that they can really put priority into Lord JM. But Ferds has been handling the lane very well so far. Good pressure. I think this could be a big 50-50 when it comes to the first turtle.
Yep.
Most likely KyleTzy is going to be getting his purple buff first and then going for the turtle take. Ogwen, rapid boots rush, and they continue to pressure the Uranus, which Ferds, again, handling the lane very well so that he doesn't get ganked.
And that's a perfect opportunity here for Team Falcons to kind of delay and waste AP Brent's time there, just trying to get Ferds. And now the first turtle is up. There's 4 members here for AP Brent, even for Team Falcons. I think they just might contest this one.
Jumping in already. Melvin doesn't have that Tsunami Slam, but they're going to break it out anyway. Feathered Airstrike. What? But Few goes down first. Aqua laying down the covering fire. Ferds next to follow. Right now the 1-for-2 trade, but James Panks is gone. So no turtle here for the taking.
Yep, going to be a quick little reset here. KyleTzy and Ogre will be able to start things off, but with Aqua and Xnova close enough to contest, similar to Lord JM, that's an entry!
He goes in with a Tsunami Slam anyway. Whoa. Kyle's trying to get away with the quad shadows. He'll juke the best he can. Still on the run, but he's got nowhere left to go. AP Bren will take out the jungler of Team Falcons. Now Lord GM zones out Ogwin. It's a hard-fought battle, but the turtle finally goes to AP Bren.
Just when we were about to analyze things, and there's a continuation here for AP Bren.
Yeah, I really liked how Xnova really saved his flicker there. I thought he used it earlier in the fight, but then he was able to utilize it so that he'd be able to pick KyleTzy, and then eventually that led to AP Bren taking control of the situation again, and that's good because now with Shizo being able to build the Enchanted Talisman at around 330 or counting less than that.
Yeah.
So pretty much all within the timers right now for AP Bren. Falcons needs to find a way to recover, and a gold side gank should do it, but with how Shizo has been playing, might not be able to find it.
Oh, there's an opening.
Oh, no.
Shadow kill.
Shadow kill is going to be used. It'll take Shizu as well, so a good decisive play up top.
Just when we were about to highlight that Shizu is getting all the attention and space that he needs, there goes Team Falcons answering him this early.
Yeah. For a second, I really thought that Shizu expected that there would be members of Falcons there because the map already showed it in terms of how they rotated, how the last major sequence was in the bottom side of the map, and his point of view top side. Shizu should not have gotten cut off like that. A bit of a miscalculation by the AP Brand gold laner.
Maybe he was too relaxed. Just getting on the combinations here for Xnova that they didn't see or hear anyone passing through the riverside. But looking closer here onto Team Falcons, what we're mentioning was that they were a bit too greedy onto the first turtle fight, that I do think that it could favor them both if they ever stop onto Ogwen, just going head-on here onto Shizu. But speaking of Shizu, there's going to be a counter play yet again. Xnova onto the back.
Oh, Xnova, I thought he was going to jump under the turret, but he saw the rest was there. There's the charge. Ogwen could be in trouble. Tsunami Slam back into the turret. They bring Ogwen back. He'll flicker, but can escape. A feathered airstrike from Aqua, picking up another. AP Bren fighting back in that one.
Hopefully y'all are seeing what I'm talking about now. It's like Ogwen said go, the other members of Falcon said no, and that just looked so mistimed. That was a very awkward tectonic charge that AP Bren Ogre's not going to have that CC immunity. He said, all right, let's get this Grok.
Okay, we're back to square one here for Team Falcons. Kind of confused on what their strong formation is. What is the strong in their vocabulary? Because right now, it's not looking that strong.
Oh, he wanted to go for Aqua. Uses Shadow Kill anyway. Takes Chizu to half. But Turtle's up here. It's going to be started by Xnova.
Yeah.
James Panks makes his way, so this might just end up being a turtle in the hands of AP Bren. Ferd's trying to delay it a little bit further. The rest of the team making their way. Kyle uses the shadows, goes in, but James Panks will get the turtle. It's going to be a fight anyways. Lord JM gets out with the final blow. They'll come slamming down into the title strike, and he gets on out. Ogwin had to use the Tectonic Charge on out.
Yeah, I think he was able to get away just in time there. Kaltizi unfortunate on the Retribution battle loss, but at the end of the day, that was still a good contention by Falcons. An even better hold by AP Bren. They are playing a more stable tank fighter jungler, so they can just take it a little bit more easy when it comes into the big fights.
But Shizu isn't taking it easy right now. He wants to establish a huge lead here on the Team Falcons, and it's looking good here for AP Bren. Kaltizi on the Lord JM.
Oh, he tries to he can't get away. Set it up so well. Ferd's down on the bottom side, so it might be a trade. Of course, the turret does go down. Top side, James Panks getting caught into the ramparts. That airstrike to try to help him to get away, but James Panks, he slides on through. And here's Ferds. I don't think he's going to be able to catch up. Gets zoned out. Great play there from AP Brent.
I feel like for Team Falcons, they're kind of confused on their shot calls because they're so over the map. You have this Kaltizi trying to go for the numbers pick up, but the other members as well is kind of just confused onto who to target here for AP Brent. Looking at their Infinix in-game equipment, still leading here on the side of AP Brent.
I like the Oracle Rush here actually for Xnova. Better access to cooldown reduction while at the same time giving himself sustainability, which is needed in these in the many fights that they're going to be seeing against Falcons with a little skirmishes off the rush. He's already up to a Feather of Heaven just now. Few building up the tough boots. So I like how AP Bren, we talked about Falcon's box. I like how the AP Bren box, when it comes to them retreating, there's always coverage in the back for if ever Ferds is trying to go for a late entry, another member of Falcons tries to go for a late entry. Here's an entry by Xnova.
Do they want to, I would say, do they want to commit to Ferds? He already pops the Consecrate, but they're going to chase him down anyways. On force, jumps on it. Shizu will go in to clean up. And it looks like they might just trade for the turtle here. It's up now. Team Falcons will start it up. Lord JM and James Panks might face this off. The rest of the team runs on down. So without Ferds, this could be a little difficult for Team Falcons to take. Ogwin using the conceal, going on the off angle. Xnova was there. Has a title strike. There's the charge again. Xnova gets out. They're going to fight. Fuse in trouble. Has to pop the beacon, but James Panks will get the turtle. Still going to break it out. Shadow kill already committed, and Kyle will get caught. A feathered airstrike comes down on Fuse. No! He can't escape Aqua. And they're on the run. Aqua's still chasing Ogwin, a sliver of health, but AP Bren won that fight.
This is what I was talking about, that they're too all over the map. Before the third fight, Ferds went down.
Yeah, and AP Bren just looks so stable. So what they did before that turtle is what we have always talked about in the past. It's a classic blacklist rotation. We call it the 3-2 split. Three members of the team go opposite the turtle lane, while the EXP laner and jungler get left behind in the turtle, even if there is a numbers advantage on the opposing side, considering that you're playing around the Fredrin, and in this case, a Benedetta. That is a strong duo that can hold, so that the other members of AP Bren, the three, can go and join in the turtle. That is classic 3-2 split.
And you would think that a team like Team Falcons would know that rotation, right? But I'm kind of confused, like, they're forgetting the basic fundamentals. When three of the people are missing when it comes to the objective fight, you're sure to see them onto the opposite lane. And right now, it's the opposite for Team Falcons. They're just crumbling down. They're finding the right targets, but not the right pick up for smart targeting here for Team Falcons.
Oh, Lord JM, he used the Petrify. He got the turret. I guess he's happy with that. He knew that he'd probably get caught out, but he gets a tier 2.
Yeah, so this is one of the lights of hope here for Falcons. Wait, in the mid.
They're going to be able to get the energy eruption off Team Falcons, though. Eye on the tier 1 mid lane. Appraiser's Wrath with a feathered airstrike. Look how much damage one shot does to the Team Falcons lineup. They have to back off, so can't even put pressure on tier 1 and mid.
Yeah, good call by AP Brett to actually commit a lot of their abilities to clear that minion wave. Ferds
again.
Ferds again? He's tanky enough, but can he get away? He had to pop the Purify.
Oh,
a whole lot thrown at him. And again, this is why teams like this hero, this Uranus.
Yep. Okay, they're finally seeing the silver lining here by picking up the ranges here for Furz just to try and waste the time here for AP Bren.
Oh, Kyle's jumping in. He's going for Aqua. He'll find him with a shadow kill. And now Kyle Teasy on the run with the shadows. He gets back towards the Lord. They're fighting in the jungle anyway. X-Nova is gone. Team Falcon's fighting back, forcing AP Bren out of the jungle. Shizzu takes a couple shots with Rhapsody. A couple Daytonas. Lord JM able to keep Sumo Marco from potentially getting a kill on Shizzu. They did all they needed to secure, hopefully, this Lord for Team Falcons. It's held up.
They're off to a great start. That's a 3-for-1 trade-off before the Lord take.
Oh, no.
Ogun, Lord JM, if he somehow does something here...
There's no
No way. All right. Way too risky.
Way too risky. Shadow
no.
kill can be used. Oh, Lord JM. A sliver of health will go through like the final blow on out. He survives. He didn't get the Lord or anything, but he got some information. He gets out.
Yeah, you know, that's such a tight window to pull off what Lord JM did. There was a chance he would have just bumped into the wall, awkwardly so, but he was still able to get away. Good coverage!
Tectonic charge again. They're going to go for it. Few jumps in with the beacon. I think they're just going to have to disengage. A whole lot thrown here from Team Falcons, but AP Bren will be okay. They're going to go ahead and fully reset and get back to the base.
Okay, now we see better trades up here for Team Falcons, and especially onto Ogwen hitting the right targets with a tectonic charge.
Yeah.
And to add up to that, with Furz going onto the sustained front lane against AP Bren, that's the job of your Rangers. Just try and get all that you can, waste their time, and for Team Falcons, all they needed to do was just wait for their time. And the time is right now as the Lord marches onto the top lane.
One of the few times I'm very happy to see a brute force breastplate rush at the hands of Furz on that Uranus. That item is what's keeping him alive in especially the sequence that the members of AP Bren were trying to take him down before Ogwin and Kyle Teasy pulled the trigger on that big team fight at around this purple shrub, leading to this scenario now with Falcons in the lead. So now it's just up to Falcons to not drop the ball here. They should expect X-Nova to commit a conceal, flicker, tidal strike into the Tsunami Slam, and they have to be ready for that. And so they have to play a little bit more back in the bushes that they hold. And if ever someone's going to be playing forward, make sure someone is there to back them up. Let Furz go front. Let Ogwin be the guy to answer with a surprise crowd control counter. Let your Uranus provide the vision.
I think part of this, too, is just, you got to remember, AP Bren had a pretty good lead. 4,000 at one point. It's been diminished. Team Falcons clearly have fixed some of the things we were talking about in the early game, like that box, like that formation, being able to get a lot of attention from AP Bren. I mean, think how many times we've seen AP Bren throw multiple ultimates or resources at Furz, for example. And so now you're going to have to see AP Bren shift the focus on how they approach this. So I think that's why you have this kind of steady moment, obviously leading into that first objective, or the next objective, which is the Lord here in about 30.
And for Team Falcons, all they have to do is somehow stick their ground onto letting Furz light up the way before Ogwen tries to go for the surprise move. And we've mentioned the strength here for Team Falcons was that if they're inside that box, they were able to counter out AP Bren because all of their resources was wasted on the Furz. But alongside with that, for Team Falcons, one of the steady pillars is actually Super Marco delivering that bullet.
Oh, Kyle Teasy's found some pretty good pressures with the shadow kill. Now on Lord JM, again, perfect timing. Lord is up, but you can see Team Falcons will go ahead and push this lane a little bit further, potentially get that tier 2 down. It's just a hit away. And now go for this Lord here.
Very great move there by Falcons. Kyle Teasy empowered by the fact that he actually stole the orange buff maybe around a minute ago. Funny because AP Bren sort of looked like they leashed it for him. And now they're going to be holding priority in this Lord. Look at this 3-man front by Falcons. AP Bren will not get close. They concede.
And that's the flashy mid that you want. And for Team Falcons, they finally soaring high right now. Especially onto taking charge, onto denying the jungles here for AP Bren. And this is a great thing if you have mobility when it comes to the assassin jungler for Kyle Teasy. Meanwhile, for AP Bren, I do think that they haven't maximized James Pang's prowess yet with holding all the front lines because they were too dependent onto trying to let Lord JM try and find targets here for Team Falcons.
They should still be able to defend this though. This Lord push here for Team Falcons, even though they have this lead. the clear from Apbr is going to be pretty good. Obviously, you have Harith, you have Aqua here on the Farsa, Lord JM to an extent as well. So it's not an easy game-winning push for Team Falcons unless somehow, some way, they're able to go ahead and capitalize on a pickoff or get one of those key members for the defense from Apbr down. So Lord's going to go ahead and march in to the base, takes down that bottom base turret. We'll see how they clear it out. Should be pretty quick work, though, and Team Falcons will have to adjust from there. They don't have any waves pushing in yet.
Yeah, all right. So that people don't think I'm just an Ogwin hater, I don't think he's Master Ogwin just yet. Middle management Ogwin, I think, is a good baseline right now. You're not there, up there in the board of directors, but he has been playing a pretty damn good game for Falcons.
At least he's promoted, right?
Yeah.
And there's the promotion that you want. Apbr is defending inside their base. kayo, there's an attempt. X-Nova from the back.
He's who he's going to go for. He goes in with Tsunami Slam. He's able to find one. kayo still low. Pops the Shadow Kill to survive a little bit longer. He does go down, though, as Shizzu picks up a kill. And now, down to member, there's the Rampart, Lord JM, taking the front of the damage, and Team Falcons, they lose their jungler, and Apbr stays full health.
That's a very nice pick of here for Apbr, surviving plus eliminating kayo.
Yeah, and that was really good, actually. X-Nova did not expect that he was actually there, so quite late. Ogwin, though, I will have to harp on Ogwin again. His Tectonic Charge saved that sequence for Falcons because he was able to get Shizzu down. Yes, Apbr were able to get the big kill onto kayo, and that means they won that sequence, but that could have been significantly worse for Falcons. They only lose one.
Yeah, Tsunami Slam again. It's going to be Ogwin. So tanky. X-Nova going to be in trouble now as Super Marco picks up the kill. Another exchange, and Team Falcons ready to go ahead and continue on. The Zaman Force on the defense. There's the conceal. Ogwin trying to charge up. Drops down the rampart. James Panks can't go anywhere. He slides on through the wall, and Lord JM will jump in with Electro final blow, though. He's going to get run down. There's the Shadow Kill again from kayo. Lord JM has felt this 3 times now.
I heard the why there, Renmar.
Yeah, I mean, I will leave it at that. I get it. I know what you want to do there, man, but they are already on the back foot, and they all have items that give them just a little bit of movement speed to get away from you. Could have been a little bit better there for Lord JM and Apbr, but you can't fault them for trying. Ogwin, though, that wall started it all.
But still, it doesn't mean that if you can, doesn't mean that you should do it, right?
Ogwin's trying to get promoted, man. He's trying to get promoted on the Renmar test.
The man is doing all that he can, working 24/7, 7-day shifts.
Yeah, he doesn't just want to be middle management now. He wants to be supervisor, Ogwin.
Okay.
Working his way up. Oh, good conceal by Apbr.
Okay, working their way up.
Nova jumping in, and they're going to fight it anyway. There's a Tectonic Slam charge. Again, Ferd's jumping in, trying to zone out Aqua. Shizzu's going to help him out. Ferd's pops him with a crown, and X-Nova is gone, and Ferd's is still alive. And now Team Falcons on the chase. Another winner crown going to be used. kayo working on the Lord. He'll secure it, and James Panks goes down with X-Nova. Apbr loses 2.
Little by little, we are seeing them back in their top form. Ogwin again. That is 3 major sequences now. But then even Super Marco, hey, Bulletproof is back. 7-0-2. Apbr, they're scrambling and they have to defend this Lord.
Okay, now we see you guys and Team Falcons establishing that huge lead, especially picking off important players here for Apbr, and now they're looking to finish this game.
The Petrify will catch kayo, but it might not be enough. Shizzu dropping down the Zaman Force. He's got to clear out the Lord. X-Nova jumps in too. They got to clear out the minions. Lord still up. X-Nova could be in trouble now. He takes a couple shots from Super Marco. Picks up the kill. Base being worked on. They'll just lock it in, and Team Falcons will take Game 1.
Now they're back at the game, soaring high. Might be a shaky start, but still,